Subscribe and download over 1 million code snippet including this tutorial from codegive.com, link in the description below. Title: Getting Started with Python Software Development Kit, SDK. Introduction. Python Software Development Kit, SDK, is a collection of tools, libraries, and documentation that simplifies and streamlines the process of developing Python applications. In this tutorial, we will explore the basics of using a Python SDK, with a focus on practical examples. Prerequisites. Before diving into the tutorial, make sure you have Python installed on your system. You can download the latest version of Python from the official website, https://www.python.org/downloads. Step 1. Installing the SDK. Most Python SDKs can be installed using the package manager pip. Open your terminal or command prompt and run the following command. Replace sdk-package-name with the actual name of the SDK you want to install. For example, if you are working with the AWS SDK for Python, Bot03, the command would be. Step 2. Setting up your project. Create a new Python project or navigate to an existing one. To use the installed SDK in your project, you need to import it at the beginning of your Python script or module. Replace sdk-package-name with the actual name of the SDK you installed. Step 3. Authentication. Many SDKs require authentication to access services or APIs. For example, if you are using the Google Cloud SDK, you might need to set up service account credentials. Replace path/to/credentials.json with the path to your service account credentials file. Step 4. Using SDK functions. Now that your SDK is installed, set up, and authenticated, you can start using its functions. Let's take an example of uploading a file to an S3 bucket using the Bot03 SDK. Replace your bucket name, path/to/your/file.txt, and file.txt with your own values. Conclusion. In this tutorial, we covered the basics of working with a Python SDK. You learned how to install an SDK, set up your project, authenticate, and use SDK functions with a practical example. Keep in mind that each SDK has its own documentation, so refer to it for more advanced usage and features specific to the SDK you are working with. ChatGPT.